There seems to be a special thing that happens between a child and a horse. It's just a wonderful thing that you see that happens time and time again that you really can't explain, except that you know these horses see straight to the child's heart. I think it's kind of a two-way street. They kind of help each other. There's healing and loving there. My name is Gail Wartner, and I'm Executive Director of Rising Hope Farms. We offer therapeutic riding for all ages who have any special needs. We first started by building the barn, got a couple more horses to add to our herd, and started the riding facility with just one or two riders. We built our big riding arena to where we could have riding indoors, and now we have 7 horses and 36 riders that we serve a week. Our volunteers are the backbone of Rising Hope Farms.
I look forward to it every single week. It is the very highlight of my week. I'm an instructor at Rising Hope Farm. On a daily basis, what I see are the faces of the kids. Every one of them might come in stressed out from school or something like that, and whenever they see the volunteers and see all the love that we give them, and then the horses interact with them and everything, and when they leave, they are almost different people. They are so much better. They're always upbeat. They're always have smiles on their face.
My son has cerebral palsy. His name is Mason. Mason struggles with fine and gross motor function. Balance is a severe issue for Mason. So almost every daily function is a struggle. And when we are here at Rising Hope and Mason is on that horse, that is the one and only time out of the whole entire week that Mason has absolutely no limitations. That 1 hour of the week, Mason is just as strong and just as tall as his twin brother. And there's just absolutely nothing he can't do. Being on a horse gives Mason physical freedom. So Rising Hope does for Mason what we just cannot do. They take away his disability.
The relationship between the kids and horses is amazing to watch. A lot of our kids have a favorite horse that they can't wait to see as soon as they walk in the barn. The horse knows them, they know the horse, and it's a mutual bond.
My favorite horse is Prophet. Like when I think of the hard times that I have had, it's when I ride Prophet, it's just all that goes away, and it's just me and him in the open field. And he's been through some things I've heard, and I've been through some things, so it's like me and him can both relate. It was just that special bond, like he looked into my soul and it just clicks like that. I'm battling T-cell leukemia. I lost my hair twice, but I'm getting it back now, and I'm getting all my strength back. I feel like we are healing each other because it's like every time I see him, he gets more and more comfortable with me, like his ears and nudging me and just playing with me. It's amazing. I love him.
The horses, when the riders come in and get on their backs, they calm down. They know that they have a special rider. Sometimes they'll move up under the rider. If they start to slip off to the side, the horse will step under them. A lot of times they listen to our riders better than they do able-bodied riders. They trust the riders. They trust that they're innocent, that there's not anything that's going to hurt them, that they are safe, and how they know that, I don't know. It's something God must have put in them when He created them, and they are amazing creatures.
Sidewalking is one of the processes that we use here to make sure that the riders are safe. And I'll walk beside the horse, make sure the riders are maintaining balance, that they're not going to slide off. And sometimes we have to hold their back because they have medical problems that don't allow them to ride upright. We sing to them to make them a little bit more cheerful. It's a mixture of this and that, but mostly it's for the safety of the rider. Well, when I got here 4 years ago, Caroline had a hard time sitting upright in the saddle. I mean, she was one of the ones that we put a belt around her waist and really had to hold on to her to keep her from falling forward and hitting the horse. Well, over the past 4 years, I've seen her develop into a beautiful young lady who can ride on that horse. We can take our hands off her and she can maintain her balance enough that she can ride around that arena and even guide the horse by herself.
Horse leader comes in, gets the horse ready, we brush him, we make him look pretty, we clean his feet, we make sure he has no sores or bad places on him and that he's prepared and ready for the rider when they get here. We like for the barn to look nice, so we'll sweep it and pick up things that maybe need to be picked up, and we'll throw down hay. We give them their grain in the morning first thing at the early session and make sure if they need any medicine, they get their medicine, things like that. We feed the cat and the dog.
Well, as an instructor, we set up a lesson plan and we have different activities for the kids to do. They do a lot of stretching and that encourages them to get more comfortable. It helps them physically. They are able to work on their movements. We have some riders who don't like to move around a whole lot on the horse, so the more games we do, the more comfortable they get.
An example is rings. We'll have them put rings over a pole, and in doing so they're reaching, they're stretching, it's helping their muscles, it's helping their balance because they'll have to reach in different positions. And some of them, in addition to the physical aspect, we can go over colors with them and they can ask the sidewalker, can you hand that to me or can you help me? So there's a little bit of social interaction with the people that helping them do that as well. We will also toss balls. That's a coordination skill. The same thing with bean bags. We use different size and shape objects that we'll throw and catch, and that helps with some of the sensory issues. We will also set up different courses where they're weaving, like upright poles, and they'll weave back and forth through those, and those will help with their balance and help strengthen their muscles as they have that motion, and the motion will soothe some of our riders with cognitive or autism issues. We have a curvy road, or we'll call it a zigzag road or a curvy road, and the children love to go down that road, but that is giving them a steering skill. It's making them focus their attention. They have to look where they're going to steer down that road, so that means their attention has to be on the road and where their horse is going.
As they work with their horses, as they work with their volunteers, they develop confidence. The biggest time you see it is probably when a rider goes from having sidewalkers with them all the time to riding independently. That's a big jump for them to have to trust that they are capable of controlling a big horse.
The warmth of the horse and the movement helps their muscles. The gait of the horse mimics what our hips do when we walk. So for a child with weak leg muscles, some even in wheelchairs, they're getting that muscle movement that they can't get with their own legs as they sit on the horse. And the warmth of the horse helps loosen those muscles.
When I'm working with the horses and the children together, it's a great feeling to see them react to each other, and each week as they come back to see how they improve or they're more relaxed. They just progress each week, and we can see so much from the beginning of the season until the end of the season, and it's just a wonderful feeling to see that. We're giving them that chance to do something they always wanted to do but just couldn't.
We have our senior citizens program. It's called Senior Saddles. And that's for our aging seniors in their 80s or older who are suffering from dementia or Alzheimer's.
One day, Gail came to me and said, you know, we're thinking about a senior saddle program. And I thought, well, my mom would be perfect, right? And after some persuasion on my part, we got her here, and as soon as she got on the horse, it seemed like she started healing. She's really not depressed as much anymore. She interacts with people. She wants to go places. I really think that the horses and the good Lord have helped her, and this place has really helped her and probably saved her life.
And then we have our Horses for Heroes for our disabled veterans, policemen or firemen who have been wounded in the line of duty.
Todd, who's a Vietnam vet, and I'm a Vietnam vet too, so him and I got quite close. He's blind, yet he can still go and find his way around the arena and ride like an experienced rider.
And then we have our Hooves for Hospice, and these are for children and teens that have either lost a loved one or are suffering from terminal illnesses themselves. To run a place like Rising Hope Farms, we have quite a few needs. We have the needs of our veterinarian care for our partners, our horses. And we also have to have special therapy saddles, so we have to have special therapy equipment as well as the supplies that we need to do our lessons in the arena. Not to mention all the utilities that we have to pay, electrical and water, and the hay and the feed, and that's very expensive as well. Since no one gets paid at Rising Hope Farms, then we try to give drinks and snacks all the time for our volunteers. It just takes a lot to keep all of this ministry going. We count on the people to help us financially, the churches, the organizations, individuals, fundraising events that we have throughout the year to help us to raise money to keep Rising Hope going. We called it Rising Hope Farms because we felt like if we reached out that we could give our special needs community hope and healing. And we also have a motto, may your hope rise on the wings of eagles and rest on the shoulders of God.
The goodness of the community and the volunteers and all the people that made this possible, it's a dream come true. We can't stress enough how much we need the volunteers because we can't do this unless we have them. We are a ministry, and it's a wonderful ministry for the special needs community in this area.
This is such a blessing, volunteering here at Rising Hope Farms, because we first started this program in thinks that we could help other people, but we have found out that they really help us, and that we're actually a circle of blessings, because the more we reach out to our riders, then the more they bless us in return. And the more our horses are involved, they also bless us and the parents and all the other volunteers. We become like a family, so it's like a circle of blessings. When you serve at a place like Rising Hope Farms, you just see miracles every day. Some small and some that just make your jaws drop. You just can't believe it.